This could have easily been top story this week. The Star report bad to worse as Sheffield Wednesday are hit with triple embargo after another breach. Sheffield Wednesday financial situation worsened once again today as a further breach of the English Football League's regulations was confirmed. The Owls have been under embargo for a few weeks now due to the fact they have not paid players for the month of May. Some of the players were paid in full, but a similar situation arose this month as many went unpaid, with several of them now handing in their 15-day notice. The first discrepancy saw them breach Regulation 54.1, non-payment to players, and saw both the club and owner Dejphon Chansiri charged by the EFL and given 2 weeks to respond. Next up, with chaos ensuing across the club in many areas, it was revealed that they had a further embargo listed in relation to HMRC reporting for not paying amounts owed to them. Now, confirming a report in the Telegraph last night, a triple embargo has been revealed on the Embargoes reporting service page, with the latest in regard to money owed to other clubs. Regulation 52.2.3, non-payment of transfer fees. In terms of the here and now, it doesn't change much in terms of what Wednesday can and cannot do, because they were already under embargo, so already restricted in terms of fees and wages. But what it does mean is that they have to settle up with the players, HMRC and the O clubs before it is lifted, which is likely to see it remain in place for even longer. Like last time, the latest breach is also to be taken into account in conjunction with the previous one, as the EFL take action against the club. How many points do you think we're going to be deducted, Jack?
I mean, it's just... Well, you have to see it in this way as well. Sometimes when an owner is selling a club and it's not particularly going very well towards the end of their tenure, this is what they do. They just don't put money in the slightest, even if you do or don't have any left.
What's mental about this?
So... It's just
one of those non-payment transfer fees.
Oh, it's Akinfenmewo from like 3 years ago,
who is now out of contract.
It was like 50 grand, and he's out of contract. And I bet you he's gone, oh, well, he's out of contract anyway. Do I even need to pay it? Like, yes, you do. Why didn't you pay it 3 years ago when it was such a measly amount as well compared to most footballing transfers? You'd think, like, he'd be able to pay it like that. But no,
I've not
apparently
seen specifically. You see, I think there's some confusion about this. I don't know if it was a 50 grand total sum or it was more of a case of it was an installment of 50 grand every year. So I reckon it's more likely that the payment was just missed the last one. So yeah, we've not paid that, which means we in the situation
we also
here.
have not
Even
paid
worse,
Shea Charles a bunch of Shea Charles wages as well, apparently.
Shea Charles' wages and loan fee.
He himself has been paid by Southampton. We just haven't given that money to Southampton for his wages.
Yes. So, interesting to learn there that actually Southampton dealt with us on a handshake agreement with Chansiri to keep paying his wages, and we haven't actually transferred the wage money that we were going to pay for Shea Charles there. So, basically, you can see on his list as priorities, even though he doesn't seem to have any Chansiri.
Yeah.
Paying players that are no longer here and paying for players that are no longer here is definitely not up there. So I'm surprised this embargo didn't come even quicker. But I think it's more of a case of this wouldn't have come to light, I don't think, unless the other clubs have now seen the situation and gone, we don't think we're going to get our money here.
Yep.
So this is what's going to happen. And there's going to be something. The EFL are going to punish us. The EFL... I think the EFL have got a proper job on their hands to make sure that they look after this club, but they won't. No, we'll get hit with things. And either way, Jack, we're going to be, if we've got a club, the best we can probably hope for is we'll be in League One the season after next. And hopefully we can rebuild in there. But at this situation, I'm not surprised. Would treble winning Sheffield Wednesday, but the treble's embargoes. History made. Chansiri's made history. Well done, mate.
This is
first club ever to get 3 embargoes simultaneously.
This is also highlighting why the guidelines and the fit and proper tests and all that sort of stuff. And well, it's also highlighting the independence of the the importance, of the independent regulator coming in.
It was 10 years ago. In fairness, for all clarity,
like sanctions, like points deductions, that works on clubs where the owner gives a damn about the club. not when the owner doesn't care. In this scenario, in the Reading scenario, in the Bury scenario, the points deductions and the club sanctions, it doesn't matter. He's actually, you know what? The fact that they've taken away Wednesday's ability to pay for transfer fees and limited the amount of wages that the club can pay to new signings and all that sort of stuff, he must be thinking it's a godsend. Oh my God, I don't have to pay as much now. The fans will get off my back because I literally can't pay for anything. You know, like that's actually good news to him. It's a joke. We're a laughingstock yet again, all because of that one man and his ego, his utter ego and greed and total lack of business acumen. Clearly, like it's not even slanderous to say that. It's evident. It's got evidence behind it. Look at what's going on right now.
What this means in the short term is necessarily nothing that we're not already faced with. We're going to be faced with
in the short
these,
term. We're absolutely up the creek without a paddle. Yeah. And I think this was even if we didn't get promoted in the playoffs in League One, I think this was coming anyway. I think it would have been no different 2 years on.
No, I actually disagree. I think he could have managed to sustain a League One club.
Yeah, I almost look back now at the footage of when we got promoted and he was thinking, oh crap, oh no. He actually looked terrified.
But it also looks at a case like he goes, we've got to get to he was talking about playoffs and getting to the Premier League. Yeah. Because I think he knows he needed that.
He needed the Prem money.
Of the Premier League money.
Yeah.
So that's why he went for that full shift.
Yep.
He doesn't he clearly doesn't have what it takes to sustain a championship club. And fans are turning their nose up at people like Textor. And I get it. Textor could be bad news. But
in the short term, it saves us,
where, like, do I hate to say these words that are about to come out of my mouth? Like someone like Mike Ashley coming in, like, could save the club. Do you know what I mean?
It's bad when you're literally saying Mike Ashley would be a better alternative. You know that's oh boy.
Yeah, but he
runs it properly.
But he got Newcastle back to the Premier League, which is where they should have been.
Yeah.
He sold them.
Stabilised them there, and he sold them for
I just want somebody that knows how to run the football side. Like for me, Textor was a case of yes, there's a lot of situation. I don't really agree with the Leon thing. I think the Leon thing is misunderstood. There was a lot of debt already there. He reduced the debt.
He actually reduced the debt quite considerably in the middle of the season. Yeah.
Yeah, and the first opportunity he had to try and free up some of that debt, he sold star players. I don't really think we need to worry about that too much. Yes, there is a few horror stories about his earlier days, but he's got a football team now. He's got a football management team that could come in and do it. We want somebody that's got the knowledge of football, right? And Chansiri hasn't got any respect left for the club. He's got no respect for the fans. He's got no respect for the history. He just needs
his toy. It's his toy, and everyone doesn't like how he's played with it. So now he just wants to throw it in the bin. Not you can't have it. This is my toy. If you want to pay for it, then pay for it. That's literally the attitude. By the way, if another owner does anything similar to this.
Yeah. But like Chansiri got a lot of leeway with fans.
Yeah.
He got a lot of you know what? Fair enough. He's put money into the club. He's trying things haven't worked out exactly, but he's doing the right things. He's paying wages. He's doing that. He's keeping the club afloat. And that was good enough.
And hot take, people were only praising him and giving him all of that leeway for putting all the money into the club that he did because Mandaric wasn't doing that before him. Because Mandaric was running it on bare bones, scraping by. Yes, we're existing. Yes, we're keeping the lights on. I'm not putting. Do you remember that he wouldn't? That the floodlights were not getting turned on until kickoff. So they were doing pre-match training in the dark. And, stuff like that.
You've got to respect.
Not to slander Mandaric, by the way, but I'm just saying, that's
he kept the club afloat.
Yeah. No, he did. Yeah.
And the thing is, Chansiri's not doing that now. He's made promises to fans that, yes, I'm putting all this money in to sustain the club, but I'm going to keep doing that. You don't. Yeah. I promise that I will do this. And he's broke those promises.
Yep.
So there's no way back. And now this embargo, honestly, I'm not even emotional to it. I'm just like, oh, another one. We'll probably, by the time the podcast published, there'll probably be another one, Jack. I'm tired of it. He needs to sell. There's loads of rumours about he's actually might have accepted an offer, all of this sort of thing. There's you're hearing things along the back of things.
Yeah, but we also know what Chansiri's like. Rumour or not, he'll have agreed something with a prospective buyer, and then at the very last minute, when it comes to actually saying, right, okay, deal done, he goes, actually, I want 10 million more in add-ons. Actually, I want this for the club. Actually, I want to move the goalpost yet again. Because that's what he's always done in every single deal he's ever done with the club. Players, sponsors, everything. Like, that's. I don't know. Could that have been why nothing's happened until this point with takeovers? Who knows? But like, we won't trust that something has actually concretely happened until it officially gets announced. So that's why I don't even want to hold my breath in anticipation for anything until it actually gets confirmed. Do you know what I mean? Like, because
I do.
The hope of something happening will kill you.
Well, Jack, treble embargo winning Wednesday. You'll never sing that.
Amazing.
And hopefully your club never has to sing that.